From weighing in likely the tournament's biggest bag thus far over 2 days to being 7 minutes late and losing 7 pounds off your day 2 catch to losing all of it. We're going to talk about how Trey McKinney had his day 2 catch completely disqualified. So it's been no secret that Trey McKinney has been absolutely having one hell of a rookie season. Being as young as he is, it's obvious that you're going to run into some mistakes, things here and there, as any kid of his age would. Mistakes are going to happen. Veterans on the Elite Series are making mistakes as well. It's just going to be a part of it, part of the learning process. But he going into this event on Smith Lake for the Bassmaster Elite Series with a couple events left, leading Angler of the Year points. He had a very decent cushion, and I think after this event, it's going to make his rise back to the top of the podium rather challenging. So essentially, this is what happened for rookie Trey McKinney. Came into weigh-in with a very good bag at about 16 pounds because what happened when he got on stage, weighed in his fish, I think he had around 9 or so. He had 9 pounds. I can't recall the exact ounces, but had 2 giants being 7 minutes late. So for folks who may not know, every minute that you're late to weigh in for the Bassmaster Elite Series, you are subtracted 1 pound per minute. So he was 7 minutes late, 7 pounds off. He would have had about a 16-pound bag, which for Smith Lake this week probably would have been the biggest bag of the tournament. Now, I believe, if I recall correctly, he was still in good position to fish on day 3 today, likely when you're seeing this video. But what ended up happening was found out that a family member had called him while on the water still, which we'll go into the rule here that Bass states in their article, which I'll link below if you wanted to go check that out. He had a family member call him to be, hey, you're late, you're past your time, things like that, to check in, which is not allowed. You can call family members, you can call people outside of the tournament, but it needs to be either arranged by the tournament director or needs to be emergency only. At least to my recollection, that is what you're allowed to do communication-wise. So him doing that, essentially, a family member calling to make it, he's late, trying to make sure he knows. That violates their rule C314 of the practice and competition of the official rules of competition. So as the article states here is that Trey McKinney self-reported after weigh-in that he received a phone call from a family member asking about his whereabouts during competition and is alerted that he is late to check in for weigh-in. So again, that violated that rule. And as a result, McKinney's weight was disqualified for the day. So I believe he had a chance of coming to fish on day 3. And after that, his Smith Lake tournament is done. So he basically got to weigh in his day 1 catch, and that is it, ending up in the 90s. So super unfortunate for Trey. But look, the kid's young. He's had a heck of a season. And of course, you're going to run into mistakes when you're that age. You're new. You're a rookie on the Elite Series. I mean, there's veterans that still make mistakes to this day. So unfortunate for him, but he's still sitting 3rd in the Angler of the Year standings, even with a hit like that, and is not out of it when it comes to the Angler of the Year standings with 2 events left going on up north. It's going to make it much more challenging for him. Right now, you have Justin Hamner that's taken over the #1 spot for Angler of the Year. But Trey McKinney, don't get me wrong, he's not out of it. This is just a big hurdle from the climb over, a big learning lesson, a very costly learning lesson. And I think one for other folks to be a reminder of those rules as well, and might be a reason to share that rule book with your family. So unfortunate, but these things happen. Let me know what you guys think down below. Going to be an exciting rest of this Smith Lake event and the rest of the Angler of the Year race. Thanks for tuning in for this little news segment of Serious Angler. We'll see you guys on the next show.